smoking, it's a revolution. Shots to your head, it's an execution. It's being us versus the corrupt. Red dot, put a cross to your head. Let the Lord interrupt. Gun smoking, it's a revolution. Shots to your head, it's an execution.
Boom.
Dang. What's good, John?
Boom. Liberty Goons coming back at you. Toast to our boy.
Yeah. Trump and Vance, baby.
Let's
Trump and Vance.
go. Don Welch, you are looking sexy as... I can't say it yet. We're too soon in.
I mean, I was gonna say the same about you. You're fly to death, bro.
I got a little nipple coverage going on here.
My boy John comes totally prepared. Look at the Liberty Goons podcast freaking morale patch.
Look at that. Thank you, Ace Tack, for this plate carrier here. I'm in the middle of a plate carrier showdown video, and this is one of them. So I figured, why not wear it throughout the show just to give it a good old break-in, you know? Don, you were looking like sharp today, man.
Hey, man.
You got the We the People hoodie, the cowboy hat, the sunglasses.
Yeah, dude, I'm ready to rock and roll, man. We got some important information to give you guys. Guys, welcome to the Liberty Goons podcast. I am Don, and that is John. You know John for the pew pews, and you know me for the music. And this is the Liberty Goons podcast. John,
Before we get jumping in here today, just wanted to say thank you to our title sponsor, 2A Watch Company. These bad boys right here. 2A Watch Company delivers fashionable and practical watches that embody the three pillars of their company: God, freedom, and country. Go grab your watch at 2awatchcompany.com.
I mean, how can you go wrong with that?
You can't. Like, you literally can't go wrong.
I would urge all of you guys to go pick one up right now.
Yeah, you should definitely just like.
And we're not saying that because they're a title sponsor. We're saying that because they make sick watches. You guys should check them out on Instagram. You know, go to their website, check it out. It's super fly, awesome watches
At 2A Watches.
And it's something discreet, you know, so you can
show a little pride.
Show a little pride in what you believe in. But man,
let's
John,
jump into the news, brah.
We have crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, we got lots of cool stuff. Let's start it out with one of our favorite things, which is 2A Supreme Court cases. That always seems to get our juices flowing to start off with, man. So the Supreme Court has decided to take up the Mexico versus Smith & Wesson case. And I believe Interstate Arms is a defendant in that case as well. So basically, Mexico sued a bunch of gun manufacturers, many of which have been removed from the case. But Smith & Wesson and Interstate Arms stand. They have sued them basically they say they knowingly sold guns to firearms dealers that were allowing straw purchases, which is in and of itself asinine. Like, I mean, it's fucking nuts, man. Like, there's going to be a lot of stuff decided here. Number one, just the case in general, but then number two, can Mexico even sue Smith & Wesson? So like that's like another broader question of this whole thing.
Well, I will tell you this much. It will be absolutely fucking bonkers if the Supreme Court says, oh yeah, by the way, some foreign fuckhead country can just sue an American company inside of America. That would be fucking wild.
Yeah. Sue a manufacturer that directly and indirectly, mostly indirectly through distributors to retail stores, that then the retail stores have people fill out a 4473 and buy the guns. Smith & Wesson and any gun manufacturer has no idea who the people are. That's why there are FFLs.
Well, let me tell you how crazy they are. You did see the new president, right? It's a woman
Yeah.
in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear what she said? she she told that she requested for all Spaniards to apologize to the Mayans and the Incans and the Aztecs in Mexico. And it's like, do you know how ridiculous that is? Think about this. The Spaniards, okay, are so mixed in. You do, most Mexicans are Mexican Spaniards. Like
Yeah.
the vast majority of them. But I thought that was so crazy. It's like what a wild thing to say. And if you're not, I live close to the border, so it's like every one of my friends is Mexican and they're all mixed in with Spaniard people. So it's just like they're like, what are we supposed to do? Like apologize to the other half of us? Like, hey, sorry, you should be sorry. It's like, what the fuck? It's like retarded, man. It's wild. But this is how crazy Mexico is. Like they they got with gun grabbing group here in America, Giffords,
Mm-hmm. Any
and
town or every town USA.
every town, and they said, "Hey, if we can't do it, we can get a foreign country to do it."
Yep.
And of course, they dumped all of that money that they've accumulated from ridiculous
All you
things.
poor
Look,
souls.
yep, from all you poor bastards. And then they have a foreign country trying to sue America, which if the Supreme Court doesn't slap that down and like just absolutely slap that down, like America is no longer America. Like we are totally fucked. Like totally fucked as American citizens. Or in American companies because what like this is one of the reasons why all of our companies in America keep fucking leaving for terrible taxes. Let's go send all the businesses overseas,
Yep.
and then if we're gonna get sued here, like fuck, then why are we even doing business here? I mean, I don't know, dude. That's a radical fucking thing to me
It's
if
a
if they can get away with that shit.
it's a big fucking case. Like a real big
It's
case.
It's huge. It's huge, and it will absolutely destroy. I mean, there's two cases that will absolutely destroy all these anti-gun groups forever, forever, forever. It's this one and the which I'm not calling them assault weapons. Everybody else, that's what they're trying to call them as assault weapons. Just so you guys are clear, the assault weapons and magazine ban.
Yeah.
If those two get slapped in the fucking face by the Supreme Court, all these multi-billion-dollar fucking anti-gun companies are done.
Oh,
They're done.
absolutely. Absolutely. They're absolutely done. So let's just cross fingers that that Fourth Circuit case gets taken up. Um, in other news, something that we talked about a couple days ago, port strike. It's over. They got I believe it was a
Six
63%,
two I think it was 62. Either
62,
way, it doesn't 62,
62%
63.
pay raise.
It's which it's like I was seeing the memes on it and people are like me over here just trying to get a 3% increase.
Yeah, I about drove down to the docks in Philly.
I know that's what my girl said too. She's like, it's my time to fucking change business here, you know.
prior
Go
prior
ahead and
to the strike ending, though, you had a rough time at the grocery store, didn't you?
oh my god. So here's the wild thing. Let me tell you how fucked people are with COVID. Okay, because of COVID. I go to the grocery store. I start hearing all this, all this crazy shit. Everybody's like, "Oh, everybody's going to the grocery store. Everybody's going to the grocery store. Like, you gotta hurry up and go and get things. Gotta go ahead and get things." We show up. Tons of food there. No problems. Uh, Everything else, tons of stuff there. We go to the toilet paper. We go to the paper towels. Nothing on the fucking shelf at all. That just shows you how fucking crazy people are and how scared to death people are of not having toilet paper and not having paper towels because so many people couldn't wipe their fucking ass during the beginning of fucking COVID, bro.
And the beginning to the end of a port strike that lasted like 48 hours.
Well, and here's the thing, guys. Unfortunately, we are going to feel some effects
Oh, it's
from
still
that port
coming.
strike.
I mean, yeah,
It's still coming.
yeah,
You're gonna get it. You're gonna in about 2 weeks. You're gonna feel the impact of that, and you will see prices raise.
yep,
I mean,
yep.
that's just all there is to it. There was stuff that was. It's you're talking. I think they said it was like almost $4 billion in a week of shit that was held up.
Hmm.
So 48 hours. I mean, you do the math. I mean, you're looking at
It's a couple billion, probably.
at least it probably at least $1 billion,
Yep.
especially by the time they took off, by the time they did everything, you're
Hmm.
looking at 70, at least 72 hours before they get shit even up and running.
Yep. Now
Yeah,
they're
you're
backlogged, and yeah.
yeah, it's at least a bill. Yeah, yep, exactly. It's at least $1 billion, and then all on top of that, um, all the crazy shit that's going on in the United States right now with all the bad weather and being able to transport things. So
Oh yeah. I
yeah, you
mean,
guys.
there's huge shipping corridors that are shut down just because of that alone.
Yeah. So
Um,
we're gonna just give it 2 weeks, and you guys will get the enjoyments of price hikes.
and you'll have your toilet paper back. Fucking weirdos. Uh, um. So, our buddy, our buddies, Trump and Vance, were back in Butler, Pennsylvania today.
I loved how he started it too. He goes, he goes, and where we left off. Then he points, he points at the freaking jumbotron over there to show all the illegal immigrant stuff going on.
I love it.
I just,
What a badass!
and then Elon Musk, bro,
And he jumped
came
out.
out
He
there.
came like
He
hopping
was
out.
he was ready to go. And then he's like, yeah, no red MAGA. He goes, I'm black MAGA or dark MAGA.
Dark
Because
MAGA.
because of dark Biden or
Yeah.
whatever it was, dark Biden. So he was dark MAGA. I just thought that was fucking
I thought
hilarious,
the
man.
whole scene was just fantastic. Mama Patriot Ranch was back out there today. She had been debating back and forth whether she was going to go or not. She wasn't like scared to go. She was worried initially that me and my siblings were going to be mad at her for going again. And I straight up told her, I was like, if you want to fucking go, go. Like, don't
Yeah.
don't don't let don't I'm not gonna be mad. My brother's like, I'm not gonna be mad. So she went with some neighbors down there. So I was happy that she got a chance to go back down.
I I do like the fact that they're putting the bulletproof glass finally in front of that
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. I
You,
get it. He
you know,
doesn't like it, whatever, but I mean,
bro, you gotta have it, man.
yeah.
Gotta
We
have it.
we can't have this motherfucker dying. Like we
No,
can't have this shit happening. Um
golly.
but it man, just
It'll start and that would start an absolute fucking civil war in this country.
yeah, I mean, it almost did twice now. So, really, really good to see him back in action. It was nice to see him and Vance on the stage, and obviously Elon. And then they brought up just a plethora of other people. I saw Laura Trump go up there, and she was just like blasting away and saying, if you're an illegal immigrant and you commit a crime, you're going to be prosecuted and deported and like all this. She was amazing. It was awesome. Um,
Bro.
it
Yeah, man. And then Vance, I saw Vance speak in Georgia the other day, and he fucking killed it in Georgia, and it just destroyed the reporters. They're asking him questions too. I mean, uh, I know that me and you both kind of felt a certain way about him, but man, which we didn't even talk about really, is the
the
debate.
debate, yeah,
Uh,
man.
I mean, he absolutely crushed the debate, was so well spoken, was all about policies, and was just on point. Never got off track. It didn't make a difference. He even caught. They try to catch him and say that he was lying about illegal
Oh
immigrants.
man,
He
he
brought up
put the
this.
smackdown.
Yeah, he brought up the CBP1 app, and then crazy fucking thing is that dumbass Walls was like, that app was in 1990, and it's like a quick Google search will tell you December 28th, 2024 is whenever that came out. And then it was later used the next year. They transferred that to where illegal immigrants could use that to come to port of entry.
Didn't that whole
So,
exchange get you blocked on Instagram?
oh yeah, your boy, Tim Walls,
Walls balls.
fucking Walls balls. This is how you know you're big time, bro.
Walls
I,
balls
I actually,
blocked you.
I actually have a. I feel like should have a feather in my cap right now because I got blocked by Tim Walls, which I'm sure it's not him. I'm sure it's one of his little fucking weirdo transgender tampon fucking wearing people that blocked me on his Instagram. But
We should
I
put a
got blocked.
we should put a whiteboard up behind me here that has a tally for how many people have blocked us.
I fucking love it,
My
dude.
Twitter blocking tally is getting pretty high.
They didn't like that, bro. I started going into his comments and I started was like blasting because I added him and I started blasting him. I'll be like, "Oh yeah, check this out," and I was just posting the link. And you obviously you can't click the link, but fuck, dude, if you want it, screenshot it. That's what I was
Yep.
telling people. Screenshot it. You can see where he's fucking lying about this. Like you're dumbasses if you think an app
It was
came out
created
in
in 1990.
1990. An
Oh,
app like people are really retarded if you think an app came out in 1990.
I would have been really mad if JD Vance would have lost the debate to a guy that said the phrase that I've made friends with school essers.
Oh yeah, apps. And if you guys don't know what we're saying, I mean, like,
I just can't
I'll just
say it now.
I'll spell the rest of it: HOOTERS, S, and then Hooters.
And then Hooters. I posted that to the Liberty Goons Instagram today, and it was just him on repeat saying that.
But did you see that Trump did that
Yeah,
on Truth?
yeah.
He goes, it says Trump and Vance not friends with school
Essers.
as Hooters, as Hooters. I was like, bro, that's gangster, fam.
He's been getting savage on all of the platforms lately. He went in big. He actually tweeted the other day, which doesn't happen from Trump very much anymore now that he has True Social. But he tweeted about his abortion stance, and then Elon, I believe it was, retweeted it and was like, "Is there any question anymore?" Like the guy just laid out exactly how he feels. He said he would veto a national abortion ban, blah blah blah. Like he just laid it all out. So they can't even use that as a talking point anymore.
There you go. It's gone.
Um,
So,
but good
I
good
mean,
on our boy JD.
and as much as I'm against abortion, like, which I am, but I just think that I just think that you can't win that fight anymore.
No, leave it up
You
to the
just
states.
can't. Leave
If
it up to the states. It is what it is. If you don't, it just is what it is. It should have belonged to the states anyways.
it's not a
It's not.
constitutional issue.
It's not a
And the Tenth
constitutional issue.
Amendment says, paraphrasing, but anything that is not set forth in the Constitution as to be decided by the federal government is left to the states.
There you go.
Which is why the Second Amendment and gun rights are not a state issue.
Shouldn't be.
They are a federal issue, and because it strictly states in the Constitution in the Second Amendment that it shall not be infringed. The 10th Amendment does not apply to gun rights at all.
Yeah.
That states should not be allowed to be able to dictate their own rules and their own laws. It's just that gets a little confusing there sometimes for people. I'm just not sure why anymore, because it's
Well, because
pretty clear.
they don't teach the Constitution in school anymore, and then even half the people our age are just fucking complete idiots, and they want to get rid of their constitutional rights, and they don't even understand what getting rid of that means.
Right.
They don't understand, like, hey, that's the only thing that's the only reason why you even have rights in America for, is because of the Constitution,
Yep.
right? If you didn't have the Constitution, then the government, you would be a communist country.
Yep.
You
And
know, democracies are not freedom countries. Democracies are the government grants you rights, not you. Not you are you have the rights. They grant you the rights of what they choose to grant you, and that's why we're not a democracy. That's why we're a constitutional republic. So,
we have God-given rights.
yeah.
Shout out once again, I don't have one laying here. I used to have one next to me in the old office. I should put one back in here in the studio. But shout out Hidden Hybrid Holsters for sending out a mini pocket Constitution with all of their holsters. We talked about that before, but shout out to those guys. You know what? Also shout out. I showed my mug earlier, but shout out to what's inside of this mug. I have got some blackout coffee inside of here. Shout out to those fucking guys over there, Jared from Guns and Gadgets and that whole crew that owns that company. Stand up guys, great fucking coffee. And you know what? I'll even throw a link down below so you can get your own.
And they're doing big things
They're
right
doing
now,
big things right now.
which we're going to get into later. So I don't want to really touch on those bases too much just yet. But they're extremely helpful company, man. And I really wish. Okay, me and John, we're small, right? We're nobodies. Okay, I mean, I got a little bit of a music buzz from for whatever it is. He's got some buzz on YouTube for the pew pews, as we always joke around and say, and
Mm-hmm.
um, but we're relatively small. Like we have even came out and said, like, hey, if you buy these shirts, we are going to donate the profits to Gun Owners of America and the Second Amendment Foundation, right? We're small. Like, we're not making any money off this, like, at all,
At
period.
all.
We are saying, hey, we want to help you guys, or help these companies that are helping us be able to protect our constitutional rights. And like I said, we're on a small level, but we're putting what people say, putting your money where your mouth is. I mean, that's what we do. And we would love to do more. I mean, shit, if I could afford to right now, I would love to be going out and helping all these people that are going through absolute hell right now. And
Stay tuned, Don Welch, because
yeah,
I think our election night coverage might have a live fundraising goal edition added to it. So
that's
stay tuned, buddy. We didn't even talk
there you
about this
go.
yet. We were brainstorming earlier, but I had this epiphany while I was in the truck on my way home from work today. Also,
I like that.
dude, did I tell you? I think you and I discussed it off camera. I've been reading this series called the Survivalist series. Did I talk to you about this?
You've talked to me a little bit
Yeah,
about it before.
dude. There's like 14 books, I believe, in the series. Um, basically, kind of runs through what a small town family and neighbors go through after an EMP hits the United States, and turns out that the government did it to themselves, so that, and we're going to get into this here in a second, but that DHS and FEMA try to control the country. And
Hmm.
I highly encourage you guys to take a look at it. It's on Audible and Kindle. It's called the Survivalist series. Like I said, I believe there's like 14 books. I believe the first book was wrote in like 2012. I believe is when it started, and just a phenomenal series. If you are a uh, prepper person or a survivalist person, or just you might think that the government might turn on us type of person, really good book. really good set of books to read. I'm not even through the whole set. I believe I'm through the first like 4 books now. Um, yes, I can read. I know I call us dumbasses all the time, but I can also fucking read. Not very well. I'm on like a 3rd grade level. I do have a Pennsylvania education. But yeah, but speaking of FEMA and all of this kind of stuff, it's time for trigger
Trigger
warning.
warning. Yeah, man. Go
So,
ahead and kick that shit off.
Hurricane Helene. We talked about it 2 episodes ago, and then last episode just talking about the kind of devastation that took place not only in along the Gulf Coast of Florida, but then also, which side note, there is another major hurricane that is going to hit the Gulf Coast of Florida this week. We'll talk about that more later, but Gulf Coast of Florida, as well as North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, that whole area, pretty much just devastating towns. And wouldn't you know it, the federal response has been less than stellar. And not only less than stellar, but quite devious and evil, if you will. Were those good
Mm.
words? I think those are good words.
Yeah, I would just say be beyond fucking disgusting.
Yes, that's even better. Beyond fucking disgusting. Um, we'll ramble through a bunch of stuff. I will say one of the things that just on like a base level that got me going. My mom had sent me this on Instagram the other day. It was a what do they call them? Restoration companies that go and try to help. Well, they don't. I mean, it's a business, but they go and they clean up after flood damage and things like that. And basically, they were cleaning up, and I believe it was Clearwater, and they were trying to take all of the wet junk and stuff to the dump, and the dump had been closed down. They were turned away by a sheriff from dumping at the dump, and they were
Yep.
told that there were going to be FEMA collection points set up. So
Yeah.
they went to these FEMA collection sites to try to dump off, but were told that only individuals in individual type like passenger vehicles could dump anything off. And so when they said, "Well, what are we supposed to do with all of this stuff and all of this junk and all this mess?" They said to dump it back in the people's driveways, and that they would, over the course of the next year,
Year.
come back around and pick it all up. Meanwhile, there's already rats and stuff running around. It's obviously growing black mold. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's not even. It's there's so much bullshit going on there right now. Unfortunately, um, I mean, even listening to Jared talk about it and some of the stuff that they ran into. Another, which I'll get into here in a minute. But did you see your boy Tim Kennedy out there?
Yes.
Did you hear what Tim Kennedy said?
Yes, I did.
I mean, dude.
Can I call him what I normally call him?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Fucking douchebag.
Yeah, he is definitely a fucking douchebag. But even him, he even stated like, "Hey, FEMA is tying our hands and not allowing us to be able to do our job." Uh, there's people, and I'm not trying to get graphic. There are literally people that are in these mountains. They're either dead or they're alive dying, and they are not allowed to go rescue these people.
They're going to
The go
they're threatening to throw people in jail.
if they try to rescue them.
Yep.
Yeah, and um it gets worse. If you are trying to bring something in, there's all these stops now where they're basically just seizing your shit of you trying to go help these people. And then you have, I mean, did you see Joe Biden when they asked him about the storm?
Yeah. What storm?
Yeah. So, yeah, he goes, "Oh, what storm?" He like, "Sir, the storm." Yeah. Oh, that storm, that storm. I mean, we have a harebrain for a president and a harebrain for a VP. The vice president came out and said, if if this is a necessity for you, there's an option for you to get $750. Not we are going to give everybody $750. They're
If
going to
if you need
decide
it.
based off of DEI. That's literally what it is. Equity and inclusion on who they think needs the $750. All while she is wearing an $800 fucking dollar belt buckle.
A Hermes belt buckle.
Yeah.
Hermes, if you
So
will.
yeah, and it gets worse. So then they started saying, "Hey guys, um, the Republicans are lying about this. We're not. We're well. Let me reframe for this. Let me go back. What Republicans have been saying is how dare you fucking spend $1 billion, billion? I think it's like $1.6 billion total of what they've spent on illegal immigrants since we've had this crazy shit happen.
Yeah, permanent and
And
temporary housing.
yep, exactly. And they are willing to spend that money on that. And what Republicans are saying is like, you can spend money on that. You can spend money on Ukraine. You just gave them another $8 billion. You just sent money to Israel. You've spent all this money. And you're telling these people, well, if we think that it's necessary, we can give you $750. Then Mayorkas came out and said, oh, well, we don't have enough money. We don't have enough money. And for if another one of these things happens, essentially, like we're all out of money. That's basically what he's telling
And
you.
another one's about to
Uh,
happen.
and another one's about to happen. So then they said, oh, well, conservatives are lying. Conservatives are lying because they're saying that all this money is going to illegal immigrants. No. We're not saying that. The money's already went to illegal
Yeah,
immigrants.
it's already
We're
gone.
saying it's already gone. That's what we're trying to tell you. But CNN and NBC and the fucking Kamala, whole fucking team wants to try to turn it and say like, "Oh, you guys are lying." No. We're not lying. We're saying it's fucking insane that you've already given this amount of money to these people. We're saying, hey, fuck you, kick these people the fuck out and give all those needs that you've already given to those illegal immigrants and put them back in the hands of American citizens because guess who paid for it? Americans. I don't want my tax dollars to go toward any of you fucking dirty ass illegal immigrants. I'm sorry. I'm going to call it what it is. I'm not being racist about it. I just don't think you fucking deserve my fucking money. Just like I don't think my next door neighbor doesn't deserve my fucking money. Just like I don't think that fucking, you know, uh, John's neighbor deserves my fucking money either. Okay? Like I don't want to pay for anybody else. I'm sick of paying fucking taxes for shit that never goes to Americans in the first place. At least if I guess if I was going to pay taxes and it went to John's neighbor, at least it's somebody in America.
And I'm okay with my tax dollars going to these people that got their freaking lives destroyed in North
Yes.
Carolina and Tennessee and Florida. I'm okay
Yeah,
with that.
put the money where it belongs.
Could you imagine
Uh,
if we had the $200 billion that we've sent Ukraine back to spend on this?
oh, I can't wait to. Well, we have so much crazy shit that we're going to talk about today,
I
and
mean, it's 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 so frustrating, Don. It is so fucking frustrating that even now during natural disasters, we can't come together as a country. Remember back after 9/11 when the country just bonded together, right, left, black, brown, white, everybody just they bonded together because we were hit with
mhm.
a tragedy. And now we're hit with another tragedy where the body count is climbing every single day.
We don't even
People's
know how many people have fucking died.
no,
No, we nowhere near it, and we probably will never know.
no, because people are just missing. You're not going to find their bodies now.
And the government's going to keep it hidden anyways,
Mhm.
just like they did during Katrina. And this is arguably way
Way
worse
worse.
than Katrina. way worse than
especially on the
Katrina ever
response
was.
side of it.
But you hear what Democrats are saying all over social media. Oh well, that's good. That because they're all conservative and they're just doing the Lord's work, killing off all these conservative people. Well, I mean,
Disgusting.
if that's how you feel about American citizens, like you don't fucking deserve to live here. You just don't at that point. Now, it pisses me off because they've tried to call conservatives liar. Kamala Harris did, and it's like, no, no, no. You're twisting our words of what we're saying. Like John said, $200 billion to fucking Ukraine. Just another 8 billion. I can't even remember how. What I think it was. What is another $1 billion that we just sent to Israel?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Another.
A country that doesn't need our money.
I think it was another $300 million towards illegal immigrants this past week too. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? And I'm not trying to put on my conspiracy hat here, but uh have you heard all the Alexa stuff happen?
Hmm.
So what's going on is people are asking Alexa, is this from is Hurricane Helen from caused or created from cloud seeding? And obviously, Alexa is coming back and saying, yes, we are putting these, the government's putting these chemicals into the earth, or from the sky into the water, and causing this cloud seeding issues. And they were saying why they did it for, and it's telling you they purposely put this in there so they didn't have the damage in Florida, and then they shifted the damage to North Carolina and Georgia. And if anybody that thinks that we cannot control the weather, you guys have not been paying attention. If you guys go back and you look at Dubai, what happened this past year,
It's proven.
they were doing they were doing cloud seeding, and then they had to retract their statements because everybody in the world started freaking the fuck out. But they got dumped with like 36 inches of fucking rain in Dubai from cloud seeding. They couldn't even planes, half of planes were under fucking water at one point there.
Yeah,
It
I
was
mean,
insane.
this is a proven thing that like Kamala tried to come out and say that like, oh, we can't do that. We don't. It's not possible. No, like it's been done. Like that's just that's so dumb. This isn't just Don and John spouting off some weird conspiracy bullshit. Like it's actually been done. Um,
Yeah.
and
I mean, you're the United States government was talking about doing this in the 80s.
yeah,
So they've been able to do this since the 80s. This is not and I say conspiracy hat because I know that's what you guys are going to say, but I mean, there's this is it's not even debatable anymore. Like this is actually happening with cloud seeding. And then we also have HARP, which, I mean, these are all real things that are actually going on. And my thing is, you have all these Democrats saying, "Oh yeah, oh it's going to get rid of all these conservatives. Thank God, it's doing
oh,
the
they're already
God's work."
talking about her winning North Carolina now because of it.
Yes, and I truly believe that they shifted all of that stuff towards North Carolina and towards Georgia because Trump's up by 5 points in Georgia. You just killed off a whole entire conservative community. And then you have North Carolina, which that whole entire community is the vast majority of it is fucking conservative. And when you're winning by a point, it doesn't take that many fucking votes for you to die. You're talking, and it's like something like 1.4 million people are going to be displaced that they know that they're estimating.
Right.
That's more than a fucking point.
It's way more than a point.
Uh, so they for sure, 100%, unless you can prove me wrong and somehow show me differently, world. They 100% did this on purpose. They're purposely not helping these people, and it gets worse, John. And it gets worse. So you've heard of the Green Initiative, right?
Yep.
Okay. So what do you need for the Green Initiative to work in the United States?
You need
What
sun.
what other raw material do you need?
Trees.
What goes into batteries?
Oh, lithium. I knew where you were going with this one. I didn't know you were going to get there that quick. Good
Yep.
old lithium mine in North
So,
Carolina.
so if you guys Google this, and you guys can find out that basically the all these initiatives for the green initiatives and all these bills that were signed off into law basically said, hey, we have to start digging lithium. Well, of course they don't want lithium mines in front of the big beautiful public, so they're going to put it in the mountains. So they were trying to buy all these people out of their lands and property for quite some time now, quite some time, the past 3 years. And all of these towns have fought and fought and fought and fought and fought and fought against it. Well, guess what just happened? The United States government said, hey, all those people that had your houses and had your land, guess what? You no longer have it. The government owns it.
Yep.
And guess what's coming now?
Whoo,
Well,
look,
that's right.
that lithium mine is coming in.
Now the lithium mine's coming in. Go figure. Because they think that they've wrapped up the election, and they might have now, because now they've killed off enough conservatives in order to do that. Now they have the lithium mine in order to go green, and it's a win-win situation for them. And we have another hurricane ready to hit, and they think that they can probably kill off some more conservatives, and that's exactly what they're doing. And anybody that's saying anything different, you need to get your fucking head out of your ass. Quit watching fucking the CNN and MSBC. Like, go, like, this stuff that I'm talking about isn't like some made up shit. Like, you can find out that they were trying to get these people out of their homes for this lithium mine. You can go find out that cloud seeding has been done literally since the 80s. Like, this is nothing new.
No, it's
So,
not. And
and it's pretty bad when Alexa is being more
right.
truthful than the United States fucking government.
You and I were talking about something the other day, and I don't remember what it was. And I was like, "Does this fucking surprise you, Don?" And I say that to all of you now that are listening to this. Does this fucking surprise you? You know, the reason that we as conservatives and group us all together just as conservatives, whether you're a libertarian or Republican or whatever, the reason we believe in small government is because when government has power, it's corruptible. Period. And the more corruptible your government is, the more corrupt shit they do. That's proven. Look over the history of time at governments that were just absolutely corrupt. Look at all of the large world powers that have fallen over the last thousands of years, all on corruption. All on
Yep.
corruption. And this is just another tick in the box of fucking just outright, straight up fucking corruption. It's corruption at a scale that, frankly, we haven't seen in a very, very long time. It's corruption that has cost Americans their lives, that has stopped good American people. Shout out to Jared, shout out even to fucking Tim Kennedy. Shout out to my good friend Bill Rice. Follow him over on YouTube at the Community Prepper. He's on the ground doing God's work out there. Um, Shout out to the people that are trying to do good, but your corrupt government is preventing them from doing it.
Bro, let me tell you how crazy it is. FEMA told these people that they could not use the community showers that were built unless they had fucking flip flops to take showers.
And where the fuck are they going to get those?
Bro, that's how crazy this shit is. And this isn't something I made up. Like, this is actual factual. Like, this had already came out. FEMA said, hey, and if you're gonna take a shower, you have to come and have flip flops. Like, you cannot just come with your bare feet to take a shower. That is fucking absolutely insanity.
Insanity. insane. It almost makes me want to like create a fuck FEMA shirt.
Bro, FEMA was an absolute shit show.
It's
Okay,
always been a shit show.
any government spending, any government spending that's, hey, we're the government and we're here to help you out, or we're here to take control. It's like, what's coming after it is you getting fucked. And look, I hate that I talk so much shit about you Democrats, but it's like, it's because you guys are so uh, tribal in your shit. Where Republicans will fuck. Me and John have called out fucking Republicans. Last show we called out fucking
Mm-hmm.
Republicans that
A lot of
we
them.
just despise. Democrats never do it.
No.
Never, ever. You are not. Why aren't you coming out here and saying, why the fuck, Kamala Harris, are you only giving $750? And in fact, when you went to Georgia, you literally made a photo shoot of you standing here. They caught you on camera, and then the camera's telling you to go, and then you walk, and then you act like you're shaking somebody's hands, and then keep walking, and then people go to help, act like they're helping these people out, and then you redid it twice.
Well, Don,
Like,
you know why this is, man. So conservatives, Republicans, libertarians, whatever you want to call us all, um, we do this all because we believe in something. And it's the exact opposite of the Democrats. Their platform is just against something. We
yeah,
we're here to make a difference, and we believe in values and morals and principles. We're fighting this good fight, and we support Donald Trump in this election because we actually believe in something. The Democratic
yeah,
Party is just against it. That's it.
yeah.
There's no actual, there's no platform that they stand behind. They hate
No,
you.
well,
They hate you.
they stand behind whatever's Democrat and
Right.
whatever they're told to stand behind. Where we're not. It's look, we want Donald Trump to win, but our values aren't because Donald Trump told us that's our values.
No.
Our values have been this way before.
I
When
grew up
Bush
this
was
way.
yeah, when Bush was president, at the end of his election, or at the end of his term, I despised Bush. When Obama ran for president, I did not vote for Obama. It was the first election I could ever vote for. And I sure as fuck didn't vote for Mitt Romney. I voted for Ron Paul. Why? Because Ron Paul fit exactly what conservative values are now. Ron Paul is what conservative values are now. Okay? The conservative values have slowly changed because they're no longer the Rhino Party. We have shifted over from, being two, two wings of the same bird, and we've been slowly trying to get rid of this for a really, really long time. Our whole, mine and John, our whole entire outtake on where politics should be is, if you are not following the Constitution as it is written, you shouldn't be in
Yep.
office. Period. If you are going to affect my rights as an American, the Bill of Rights, you do not belong in office. If you are going to send our money to other people to fight wars for your benefits, you do not belong in office.
Stay out of my house. Stay out of my
Yeah.
pockets. Stay out of my family.
If you are going to bring in illegal immigrants and give them $1 billion and then tell people in North Carolina and Georgia, hey, we might have $750 for you. We might have $750 for you, but it just depends on equity and inclusion to see if you're the right fit. Now, you know, to me, that's just fucking absolutely.
It's horseshit.
That's
It's
the
horseshit.
you that, in my opinion, that's treason. And you know
I think all of this is treason.
what I think about. I think that we should bring back treason,
Charge them
and
all.
yeah, charge them, hang, let them float, let them float somewhere, or whatever the case might be.
I just don't understand. Back to what I was talking about before. We are a country that sticks together. We are a country that was built off the backs of people that came together for a cause of freedom, a cause of liberty, a cause of getting out from underneath tyranny. And here we are in 2024 trying to fight against the same fucking things. And if you don't think for 1 second the shit that's happening in Florida, Tennessee, and North Carolina is not fucking tyranny, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Nah, they're all been brainwashed.
It's straight
It's
fucking
all from
tyranny.
it's all from the aluminum falling out of the fucking sky, anyways. All the nanotechnology. I could really get deep into it. You could really get into some shit, but you know, when you have a bunch of aluminum metals in your fucking brain, and you've taken vaccinations that don't belong inside your fucking body,
Or anybody's
and
body.
all and you just get fucking crazier and crazier in the way that you think. These people don't use logical thinking at the end of the day. They just don't.
No.
Anybody that votes for a Democrat at this point is just not a logical human being. And in fact, I think there's actually been case studies done on this.
No,
Democrats
yes.
actually, there has been real true case studies on this. You guys can look this up. Conservatives typically are very logical thinkers, and Democrats are way on the other spectrum of what would be considered radical. So
Yeah, and it's funny because obviously, we've gotten the DMs and we've gotten the comments and stuff about, us being on the fringe. We are so far from the fucking fringe. You and I both are sensible people.
hmm.
I do not harbor a lot of hate in my life. Um, if anything, yeah, we have some conservative values, but um, I don't go beating my fucking drum on making everybody else feel the same way that I do. I just want you guys to leave me the fuck alone. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, Democrats, if they would just shut the fuck up and just leave us alone, no, it'd probably be a little bit easier on them. I mean, at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
maybe.
I mean,
May- Maybe.
hey man, if Democrats tomorrow started saying, "Hey, we're not gonna fucking tax you anymore. We're not gonna send over fucking money to illegals.
Or
We're not going to
foreign
send money
countries.
over to foreign wars. We're going to help the American people out. We're going to let you keep your freedom of speech. We're going to let you be able to keep whatever gun that you decide that you want. We're going to follow the 10th Amendment and all the other Bill of Rights." Well, then they would just be conservative. So I guess.
Ain't that the fucking truth, man? Ain't that the fucking truth? Um, man, like I said, shout out to all the people that are trying to do good work in these areas.
Yeah.
And I feel god awful. I watched Mr. Weatherman on YouTube. He's pretty good when it comes to the hurricane stuff, and just watching, I believe it's Milton is the one that's forming fast in the Gulf. I mean, there's no doubt it is going to hit somewhere on Florida's west coast. Um, they don't know exactly where yet. It's projected somewhere between Tampa and Fort Myers, which will just continue to be devastating again. They're talking about landfall Cat 3 direct hit. Um, uh, I just
Yeah.
I
It's
feel
it's
I feel awful, man.
I like I said, I truly think, and I'm sorry, I'm bending over here. I'm trying to hook this up here. I truly do think um, this is the government. The government has been doing this, and um, you know that's it. It is what it is. Everybody wants to talk about climate control, climate change. Yeah, you're the one changing the climate.
Yeah, it's climate control, not climate change.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Don, can I say
You know,
I'm really digging your look tonight. I think you need to keep this. I think you need to keep this look.
hey, just wait for election night,
Oh
man. Wait
man.
for election night.
Don is
Me,
contemplating coming out here to Studio Liberty Goons for election night.
I mean,
Leave it in the comments if you think Don should fly out here to Pennsylvania and we should do it together live.
yeah,
Leave it in the
I think
comments.
it's a must. So go ahead and say that.
Yeah.
Like, I need that comment on there.
Yeah. So
Give me,
submit
give
those
me, give me,
comments.
give me an excuse.
So tonight, we're actually not going to do a watch list segment. We're going to actually add
Another.
trigger warning.
Man, oh man.
We had two. The reason we're doing this tonight, we had two separate issues that were just really chapping our asses. And so we decided, you know what, instead of throwing more people on the watch list, our watch list is huge. We need to do like a watch list recap. And pretty fucking huge. Huge. But we want to do a second trigger warning, and this is all about China.
China.
Um, and what the Chinese government has decided to do. And it's directly related to your ability to protect yourself and our country's ability to protect itself. Ain't that right, Don?
That is 100% right. So, as you guys heard prior to this, we were talking about, we can send all this money to Ukraine, we can do all this stuff. So let's go back to Ukraine, because I think that the world needs to know this, or at least our Liberty Goons podcast here. So right now in Russia is shooting off 10,000 missiles a day. 10,000 missiles a day. Okay?
It's a lot of missiles.
Yes, that's a ton. The United States, the United States can't even make 1,000 missiles a day. Right now. Right now. That's how crazy this is. So we've sent all of our ammunition to Ukraine, and Russia has been playing the long game. You ever heard of the term think like a Chinaman?
Yep.
Yeah. So the term think like a Chinaman, what that means is like think for the long game. So Russia has been thinking the long game. So they have allowed America to send all over their ammo, and then they just shoot out 10,000 missiles a day, and then they're making I think it's 100,000 of these missiles that they're producing a day in Russia. 100,000,
In Russia or
and
China?
in Russia, and we are sending whatever little bit of ammo that we can make over there. So now let's backtrack to China. Okay, so China, as of and I have the dates pulled up here, so let me go ahead and do that real quick. That way I'm not
It was
making
January, right?
so yes. So in January, they basically said, "Hey, we are not sending any more potassium nitrate to the United States." Then
What's
they allow.
potassium nitrate, Don?
So potassium nitrate is one of the raw materials that is a must in order to be able to make ammunition, bombs, missiles, nuclear, whatever the case is, you name it, you have to have potassium nitrate.
It goes boom, boom.
Well, it goes boom, boom. Well, potassium nitrate is vastly made in China. Let's just say Asia. But China, I think, makes 80% of all the has the raw materials for potassium nitrate. It's like 80%, which is massive. Massive.
That's a
So
lot.
they started
That's a
they
lot.
started they started pulling back. And if you guys are into the gun industries, you guys have heard Alliant Powder, right? And Alliant Powder a little while ago, it said, "Hey, we're going to have a big bump in all of our powder, and all this powder costs are going to start to go up," which we did. We saw it. I think the I think stuff went from like $29 to like $70 now. Some of them are even higher. This is for a pound. Um, so now let's move a little bit farther ahead. Then they started saying, okay, well, we're gonna send a little bit, and then we're gonna cut back a little bit. And they've been playing this game with America for a long time. Well, that's the reason why. Guess what? Ding, 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 ding. America can't make all this ammunition and missiles. Well, big thing happened on September 17th. So, China is accounted for 63% of the U.S. imports for antimony metal and antimony oxide. Okay, so let me just read this real quick to you. It says China slapped new export controls on a batch of minerals such as antimony, vital for the U.S. defense industries as a flame retardant component used as machine bearings, in a move that could send prices in the defense sector soaring. Okay. The little known metal antimony is used in ammunitions, infrared missiles, nuclear weapons, and night vision goggles, as well as batteries, and a whole list of other things that we don't really need to get into. You guys understand my drift here. The fact is, America is highly, highly fucked. And this is the reason why we should have never been sending over millions and millions and billions of dollars worth of our own supplies, because China and Russia have been playing America like a fucking drum. They're shooting off 10,000 missiles a day while making 100,000 missiles per day and letting us waste all of our fucking ammunition.
And so now we're in a situation that it's almost impossible to get out of, because we don't have the ability to build up the mining systems needed to get antimony and potassium nitrate.
Correct.
We just don't have the ability. So, guys, what that means is you're fucked. Like
Yeah, and that's
it would take us decades to build up the potential of mining antimony and potassium nitrate.
and antimony. We used to have places where we made it in America, and then we shut them all down. Fantastic. We're a bunch of fucking idiots. So this happened September the 17th. And man, do we just have fucking cake all over our face right now.
Well, it's not even cake. It's disaster. Is what it fucking is. It- it's fucking straight disaster. You know, not only on the small scale of ammunition prices are going to go through the roof. So people that do enjoy their Second Amendment
Mm-hmm.
will have to pay out the ass. People that aren't like us that have, thousands of rounds saved up. Which I'm going to sidetrack here. There is almost one sole reason that there has never been I won't say never, but since the revolution and the years thereafter, there's never been a ground invasion of the United States. It's because every country knows we're all fucking armed. They don't
Yep.
stand a chance of invading a country like ours.
But yeah, 400 and something million guns in America.
But if we don't have the ability to shoot them, that all goes away.
And I don't think, I think that the Biden administration is and Kamala administration is jumping up and down for joy. The problem is that they think that they're swinging dick because they're running the economy. Here's the issue: the American dollars went down 37 cents per dollar since they've been elected. So you are vastly losing, control of the economic world right now. And
Yep.
I actually had this conversation with somebody, and I told him, I said, all it would take is an EMP, and then we'd be fucked. And this woman who's a conservative would told me, "Oh, you're crazy. China would never ever do that. They want America to be in control because we buy everything from them." I said, "Listen to yourself. Think about this. Yes, we buy everything from them. Why do we buy everything from them? It's because we've sent over all of our fucking jobs. That goes all the way back to the Obama administration and even before them, but heavily in the Obama administration. However, here's the big kicker. So, yes, we buy stuff from them. Who do we owe money to?
Yeah. Them.
We owe money to China. China knows that. If China ever has the chance to be the economic power in the world, and everybody values or bases their currency value off of, I don't know what the Chinese dollar is, but whatever you
The
want to
yen.
call it, the yen. Yes, thank you. The yen, they would jump at that in a fucking heartbeat. And they have been setting us up for so fucking long, and Americans are too stupid because they're not into guns like we are. They're not into the world news like we are. They don't want to listen to congressional hearings. They don't get into the things like we do. And that's the problem because they think that you are stupid, America. They think that you are stupid. And Kamala herself and this administration has been extremely stupid. And I would just say the ego is astronomical, and an ego could easily be fucking popped at any moment, unfortunately.
You know,
At any moment, unfortunately. Because if America does not have weaponry, and we keep having inflation in this country, we are losing our power. And trust me, the only reason why the United Nations is with America so much for it, trust us, the United Nations wants America to die too. If any country in this world could be the economic leader, they would do it in a heartbeat.
of
America,
course they would.
you are so hated, and Democrats have taught you to continue to hate yourself, where you're going to give up everything. You're going to give up your freedoms.
You do not want to
You're
be number two.
you are going to know you are going to give up your freedoms. You're going to give up your children's future. You are going to give up the power and security that America's had since 1776. And it is about damn time that you guys understand and realize what is actually fucking happening.
And honestly, I mean, I give China credit, man. I mean, what a miraculously played game. You know, they they have they have sculpted this entire scene to their benefit, and we played right into that game. We played right into it. It's like when you're playing Monopoly and you don't realize that one of the players you're playing against has built like 15 hotels on one of their properties because they just kept doing it slowly and slowly and slowly. And then you end up fucking landing on one and you go bankrupt because you weren't fucking paying attention. Well, guess what, guys? You're that Monopoly player. The United States is that Monopoly player. And some of these other countries, not just China, but China is a big one of them, they have been slowly but surely building those hotels.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to come calling real quick because it's just a matter of if, or it's just a matter of when, not if, we end up
Yep.
landing on that spot.
And the big thing is those hotels are your consumption of goods. That's what those hotels really are.
Mm-hmm. This is exactly what
And
they are.
and Democrats started taxing hardcore, American companies that made things here in America, tax the absolute living shit out of them, to where these companies ended up getting bought out, and then they moved all of their stuff over to places like China or Mexico or India,
Kamala wants
you
a
name it.
22% corporate tax rate. 22%.
Yes, and this is why we keep saying it is bad to tax these people. If they are keeping business in America, it is terrible. This is exactly what Trump was talking about. If you decide that you're going to move your business to China, we are going to tax the absolute living fuck out of you, as we should. We should tax the absolute living fuck out of you.
But if
We
you
should
keep it
be
here,
But if you keep it here, we are going to give you massive tax breaks. America, if you don't understand how important that is, you are stupid and you need to take a business class, an economic class. Like,
or just
you've
listen to
lost
the
your,
Liberty Goons.
or just listen to us.
Like,
Look, things that are made here, they are expensive because during Obama's administration had sent everything off because they were getting taxed so heavily in the United States because Democrats tax heavy. Okay. China has been making this stuff and then selling it back to the United States. And then we owe China billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars because they continue to keep making the goods for us in America. And we have not hit them with sanctions hard enough. And these companies have been able to go run rampant. And we keep fucking giving money to the CCP, and the CCP keeps building up their military. And if you don't think that they're not building their military for a fucking reason, you have lost your fucking mind.
and you ask yourself, well, why is it better for them to do business in China? Less regulation,
Mm-hmm.
less less employee restrictions. There's no
Slave labor.
there's no
Slave labor.
there's no break laws. You know, they
None.
don't. It's not like here in the U.S. where if you work more than 4.5 hours in some states that you have to have a 30-minute break. State of California, if you're going to work an 8-hour shift, you have to have a half an hour break and you have to be afforded a 10-minute rest period. It's
Yeah.
it, this is why. And hey, I'm not necessarily saying that all of those are bad things in the US. That's not my point. The point is
It's
that the companies can go and produce their products for less money in countries that don't have these regulations. And the only way
yeah.
for us to compound that or to stop that is to do exactly what you said, Don, which is tax the fuck out of any goods coming from a foreign country, not just China, from any foreign country, tax the fuck out of them. If you want to do business in the United States, we'll make it easy, affordable for you to do so. And
Yeah.
that's across the board, guys. Like if
Which
you,
which lifts the middle class by doing that.
yes, because it
If
gives
you
more jobs, higher earning jobs. This
Yes.
is this is simple. This is simple. Don, you and I are fucking idiots, and we get this because it's simple. You know
Yep.
what? I'm starting to think more and more every day. Maybe we're not as fucking stupid as we think we are, because we get this. If you want a
Yeah.
stronger middle class, we need to develop companies and allow companies to do work in the United States. Why do you think we fight so hard for less regulation? It's not because we want some weird shit to go down. It's because you need to offer that kind of environment in order for companies to be prosperous in your country. You have to do that. The more regulations that you put on, the more, hey, you can't build here because, there's a sea turtle that could possibly nest here every 6 years.
The
Or,
EPA's crazy shit.
yeah, all the EPA's crazy shit. That's why you can't be prosperous with a company here. And you might say, oh, well, prices are going up, so these companies are making more money, blah, blah. That's not how it fucking works, guys. That's not how it fucking
No.
works.
Think about this, guys. If you tax a major corporation that's actually in America, it's different. If you tax a major corporation and everything's getting built overseas, yeah, your prices are still going to go up. But here's the thing. It doesn't mean shit to them when they have fucking slave labor. But if you tax people here that have businesses and people are working for those American businesses and you tax them a shit ton of fucking money, I hate to break it to you. If this is business 101, I know you guys don't like the trickle down effect, but guess what? All of those taxes go down and down and down. This is how it works. You tax the company, then the CEO gets taxed, then the managers get taxed, the supervisors get taxed, the workers that work there get taxed, and then guess what happens? Prices go up. And then guess what? You, the consumer, gets taxed. That's how it works. This is not hard to
And do
understand.
you know the only thing that makes out in that entire equation? The only thing that makes out?
The
Federal
government.
government.
That's it.
When prices
You're just
go up,
making
when wages go up, not succinct with the rest of the economy like we have now. We have inflated wages right now without an economy that's building along with it.
yeah,
When
that's the biggest problem.
when that happens, the only thing that makes out is the government because they're making money on sales tax, they're making money on federal taxes, they're making money on income taxes, they're making money on payroll taxes, they're making money on corporate taxes, they're making money on property taxes, they're making money on estate taxes, they're making money on death taxes, they're making money on what do they call it, mitigation taxes, when they say, oh
Commerce.
yeah, when they say, oh well, you can build here, but the only way you're gonna be allowed to build here is if you mitigate us with $5 million.
Mm-hmm.
Tax
Yep.
on tax on tax on tax. And then we're gonna take all that money after we tax the fuck out of you through this whole scenario and we send all the jobs overseas. We're gonna now take that money, but no. You don't benefit from the money. You're not going to benefit. We're taking all this money in, but you're not going to benefit from the money. I'm going to
Well,
send
I
200
thought
billion
Obama
to
I
Ukraine.
thought Obama said we were all going to benefit from it. It was going to make the middle class richer.
Did you get richer? I didn't fucking get richer.
I mean, that's what Biden told me. That's what Obama told me.
I still don't have my
Uh,
old doctor.
you know, these people are stupid, bro. I mean, that it's look. Trump wants to bring back jobs to America. He said it himself. If you decide to take your company outside of the United States, we are going to tax the fuck out of you. If you decide that you want to create a new business here in America, and no, he doesn't need to give you $25,000 to create a new business. No. What he needs to do is give you a fucking massive tax break so you can afford at the end of the year to keep your business.
Yes.
Nobody gives a. That's what you need. Okay? You need to be able to keep your business, not have it open for 1 year and then you're a dumb fuck and you can't pay your taxes at the end of the year because now you've way outspent everything that you were supposed to do that entire year and you're not bringing in the money. Well, guess what? If you have a massive tax break and you cut a loss and you tell the United States government, well, hey, I've lost everything, I didn't make any earnings, but my company is still going, that gives you opportunity to keep growing until your company becomes profitable, because it usually takes 5 to 10 years to get a business off the ground.
Which is why Kamala's plan of give this money for tax breaks, it just doesn't it doesn't work. People need money up front to start businesses, which is why we need to invest in more programs that aren't as complicated as the SBA, that aren't as complicated as the federal government makes a lot of these programs. They need money up front. Like you and I, if we want to start a business today, that $25,000 tax credit at the end of the year ain't going to do shit for us. That doesn't make us able to start a business today.
No, not at all.
You know,
Not at all.
like you
And
you can't.
and then you're gonna get the $25,000 tax break. But then if you're at a
It doesn't
loss,
help you.
it doesn't help you. That's people don't understand this. Like, it's like I just, she's telling you, hey, we're going to give you $25,000. What she's going to give you is a $25,000 tax break but that does nothing for you. You need to say, hey, I'm not getting taxed at all because I'm at a loss.
Yep.
I'm at a loss until I become profitable. I mean,
This shit
like,
pisses me off, Don.
but the thing is like I have a business degree. I study government. I've all the way through college, all I was doing was taking criminal justice and have a minor in but you know I mean, I have a communications degree, I have a business degree, I have a minor in criminal justice. It's like I've done all of these things.
Oh, so you're
Yes,
not fucking stupid.
it was a long time ago. So, but I'm pretty sure that the economy still works the same way and business still works the same way. You know, but yeah, I mean, these things are stupid, guys. America, you need massive, 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 massive tax breaks, and you want to be able to continue to keep your business here, and you want to be able to grow your business here. If we continue on the same route, we're going to keep continuing to fucking send businesses overseas. We're going to continue to keep being in debt to China. China's going to keep building up their military, and they've already depleted us of, ammunition that we would need for a war.
Everything.
And at any given time, if they wanted to, they could literally say, "Hey, no more, no more." And the argument for people is always like, "Whoa, they want to get paid." Yeah, until they don't need to anymore.
Right. Exactly.
Like, it's not that fucking hard.
I'm already sick and you got me cough laughing.
I mean, brother, if me and John tomorrow said we're going to build the strongest military in the entire world, and we're going to start building all these things for the whole entire rest of the world, right? And we're going to build all these consumer goods, okay? And next thing you know, me and John have, uh, 400 trillion dollars into our own military industrial complex, and we have $400 trillion worth of soldiers, and then we do that again and again and again and again and again. Eventually, we don't need the rest of the world.
Right.
We have the biggest dick swinging military in the entire fucking planet, and you're going to do exactly what the fuck we say, and we don't give a shit about us giving you consumer goods anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly right. You got to wake up,
anyway,
people. You got to wake
any,
up.
anyways, it's very, very, very scary. I think that a lot of us learned our lesson, and that people that were into protecting themselves and their Second Amendment, they started putting things to the side. More people started going training. There's more people that train now with firearms than probably ever in the history of the United States.
Oh, for sure.
Women have become the fastest
We're making pink guns.
ownership of guns in the United States. Yes, there are Democrat gun owners, and uh, not nearly as many as conservatives. And conservative people, especially conservative women, have finally gotten up off their ass and decided to be able to protect themselves and use their Second Amendment. So I think people that have been seeing things coming for a long time, hopefully, have stored enough away. We're not telling you to go I don't want anybody to go rush to the store and buy tons and tons and tons of fucking ammo.
Please don't.
It's there. It's there. It's gonna be there for a while. The ammunition is going to be there for a while. You're not going to see the effects of this happen for probably the next 4 to 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
Is probably when you're going to start seeing it.
The election will play a factor in it as well.
And then the election will play a factor into that as well, yes. And it always does. The elections always plays a factor into this. And, unfortunately, ammunition manufacturers, they know that it's about to be election season, and you can already start to seeing price hikes up slightly a little bit. And powder has fucking skyrocketed. Primers have skyrocketed. It's almost just as cheap now to just
Are
by
you,
the time you put this by the time you put the sweat equity into it, it's almost just as cheap just to go buy ammo instead of make your own ammo.
are you saying you're
I
not going to make me ammo anymore?
mean, no, it's still cheaper, but I'll just put it in perspective for you guys. So when I first started doing this, which isn't even that long ago, we're talking about last year, uh, I was able to make 9 millimeter major for my open gun, which is a double the powder,
Mm-hmm.
that literally double the powder than what's in a regular 9 millimeter bullet, like 115 that you buy at the store. And I was able to make that for roughly 10 cents. And that was at the hot, like, people were fucking tripping out over that, how fucking crazy expensive that was, because primers were so scarce for so long. Finally, they built up primers, and then primers got all the way down to about 5 cents, or 5 cents per primer. And then you have powder, and then you have your bullet, and you can make it for about 10 cents, depending on what bullets. I'm just saying, there's all different types out there. There's all different
Sure.
types of prices. But on the cheap end, you could do it, let's say 8 to 10 cents. You could easily do that if you were buying in bulk. Now, it's about 17 to 21 cents depending on where you're getting stuff from.
And I can buy
Um,
some. I can buy some AAC from PSA for 24, 25 cents,
that's why I was saying
and have
it's
to do none of the work.
and have to do none of the work. So we are getting to that point, and that's why I know shit's about to really fucking go crazy.
Hey,
We're about 5-6 months away, and now hopefully we have a new president. I do think that this election is already rigged, and I didn't think that until I learned more today about what's going on in North Carolina, and that's unfortunate. So we shall see. Everybody's talking about October surprise. I think this already was the October surprise.
Hillary Clinton called it.
Yeah. I think that this was already the October surprise with the hurricane, and this was 100% man made, created by, you know, cloud seeding by the United States government.
Well, it is 30 days until Election Day.
I just suggest, so Donald Trump's whole thing is swamp the vote, swamp the vote, swamp the vote. Look, we are at a extreme disadvantage, not because there's not enough of conservatives, but it's because of key battleground states where now you have all these people that are dead in Georgia. You have all these people that are dead in North Carolina. I am scared to death because this really, really now might truly depend solely on the fucking Rust Belt. And that is terrifying because the Rust Belt is fucked, and it's been fucked for quite some time. So, Pennsylvania, get the fuck out and vote. Wisconsin, get the fuck out and vote.
Michigan.
Uh, Michigan, get the fuck out and vote. We need you guys so bad, if you are a conservative, to go out and vote, because the Democrats and the government just killed off 1.4 million people with cloud seeding in the South. And we desperately, desperately, we're probably going to, I mean, I don't want to say this, but we might lose North Carolina and we might lose Georgia now, just for the simple fact that they killed off all of these people Whether you believe it was cloud seeding or not, even if you don't believe it's cloud seeding, these people aren't going to be able to vote. 1.4 million people is what they're estimating. So it's up to you guys now.
And if you want step by step updates on November 5th, come and watch the Liberty Goons. We will be coming at you live on YouTube. We might even throw a few cameos on Instagram Live in there. We're going to have some special guests throughout the night. Don and I are probably going to be in some different attire, if you will. Maybe some classed up look. I mean, I'm really digging both of our looks tonight, so I don't know. I don't know if we can go classy, but we're going to give it a shot. But stay tuned. You're going to see some familiar faces that night. People that you've seen on the channel before. Some people that maybe you've seen on our Instagram lives before. Everybody that has joined in to our Instagram lives know that they can be quite the conversations. Don and I have a history of crashing other people's lives in the 2A and political space. We tend to take over and cause a ruckus, but it's always fun. So election night's going to be no different. We are going to bring you the best information we can. We don't have a election night war room to give us, so you're going to get a lot of Don and John opinions as to what's going on. We have about enough computing power to broadcast, and that's about it. But it's going to be a fun night. 30 days away from election night coverage here at the Liberty Goons. I am so excited for that. Don Welch, what you got going on this week, buddy?
Well, I just want to say this. So my grandfather fought in the Korean War, fucking fought in Vietnam. The dude's a fucking badass motherfucker. He passed away, and he left me a gun, and this gun has not been functionable since 2009, and it is his little 22. And I just want to show everybody this because I'm so proud of this. This is his target pistol from the 70s, and it's got a gold trigger here, and this slide has been locked up since 2009, and it now opens up and it fucking bangs. So
love it.
I am so happy for this because I have been wanting to take care of this and get this done for so long, and I fucking finally got somebody to fix it for me, and I could not be happier. And I'm sure that my grandfather is looking down and so thankful that this gun got fixed. So
That's
it's old
awesome,
school
man.
gun,
That's
old school
awesome.
gun, but I am super proud that I got that thing fixed, and it is running, and it shoots like a damn dream, and I have not shot iron sights in so long. I was kind of nervous to shoot it because I was like, can I still do this?
Don and I are
And
pussies when it comes to iron sights these days. That's freaking
but
awesome, man. That's a
man,
cool ass gun. That
yeah.
is a
So
cool
and
ass gun.
it shoots like a dream, and it's in memory of him. And I know for a fact if he's watching down on us right now, he's probably tripping out at how bad America's gone, and I'm sure he's probably somewhere in heaven, like trying to tap God on the shoulder, be like, "Yo,
You
ugh,
gotta step in here.
you got to step in. You got to step in. It's getting way too out of
It
control."
might be time for that good old rapture thing that you talked about before.
Yeah, bro, it's rough. So, I mean, me and John will continue to keep praying for America, and we'll always want the best for America. So, that's what I got up to this weekend, anyways. And yeah, man, my buddy from Spain is in town, so hopefully I'll get to go check him out tomorrow. And
Nice.
he he came to America. We went on tour together, and I went to Spain, and we went on tour together. And he is now at Austin City Limits doing a hat boutique because he is a cowboy hat fitter, and he learned how to do that by yours truly. And then now I can honestly say he is 10 billion times better than I ever was.
That's fucking awesome, man.
Because he's been doing it for a really, really long time, and he makes some sick hats. So shout out to him. It's Y hats. He kills it. His name's Jennis. So if you guys want a cool cowboy hat, man, or any type of custom hat, he does it, and he's in America right now. So hopefully I'll get to see him. And what do you got going on this weekend or this week?
So speaking of pew pews, I am going to look at a possible new site for 2A Patriot Ranch tomorrow.
Mm.
Shout out to Miss Kim. She's the current property owner. She is a wonderful lady. I spent some time with on the phone earlier today. She said, I'm just going to guess, John, that you are going to be voting for the same person that I'm voting for. And I said, Miss Kim, you know what? You are 100% correct. But I'm going to check out a much, much larger piece of property than I had down in Florida. This one will be able to do some really, really long range shooting on, really long range shooting. So that'll be fun, and possibly some hunting as well. This area where I'm going to buy, they've got deer and turkey and elk and probably bobcats and all kinds of fun stuff. So stay tuned for that. And there's also a possibility that if Mr. Don Welch comes out to do the election night episode here in Pennsylvania, you guys might actually get what we talked about one time a while back, which is we are going to do a podcast inside of a hunting blind out in the woods.
Oh man, that's gonna be fucking awesome if we get the chance to do
That
that,
is
dude.
going to be amazing.
I'm gonna be so hyped. We and John have been talking about this forever.
And it would be so badass if we actually get a shot off, like while
Oh yeah,
filming. That would
yeah.
be
It'll
insane. If you see
an
Don and
absolute
I's
blast.
earpieces fly out and like
The camera gets knocked over.
like Blair Witch style. Maybe we'll even you know what we can do? We can try out some ATN thermal.
Mm.
And we can try out the ATN X site. If you want to see a review of that, head on over to 2A Patriot Ranch. But that would be fun. That'd be real fun to do some thermal with I don't think bear.
Yep.
What did we talk about? I think just elk and deer.
Yep.
Maybe.
I have not.
Oh, some
I have
turkey.
not. I have not been hunting with a thermal yet either. So
That'll be
yeah,
badass. That'd be super
that'll
fun.
be that'll be sick if we get a chance to do that.
Yeah, so hopefully we have a new 2A Patriot Ranch by the end of the week. So that'll be exciting. I've been itching to get out and film some new gun content. We've been doing other content in the meantime, knives and gear. I'm kind of backlogged on a lot of that stuff. Sorry guys out there that have sent me stuff. I'm a little backlogged on it right now, but I'm excited to get back out and shoot. I'm headed down to Virginia for a couple days this week for work. Got to check out some shit down there, and then hopefully I think. Oh shit! I don't know if I should say this. Say it anyway. It won't be as big of a surprise, but I think I might go see Mama to a Patriot Ranch next weekend.
Oh, that'll be awesome, dude.
Yeah. Now that I'm in Pennsylvania, it was funny. I was on the phone with my brother. Likes to call me, and he likes to like three-way other people in. And so last night we ended up. He must have like dialed 8 people. We had a clusterfuck of people on the call, and one of them was my future brother-in-law, my sister's boyfriend. And he said, "John, well, you're coming to Thanksgiving, right?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck, I can't get out of it anymore." 'Cause I'm in the same state. Sorry, family. Yeah, and he's like, "And Christmas?" I was like, "Whoa, let's not get too fucking crazy here."
Dude, no, that'll be cool though for you, man. At least you'll get to eat some good home cooked turkey. You know what I mean? Like, shit, maybe you might even be able to get a turkey for everybody.
That
Wow.
would be badass.
You
Also,
know?
we are a family of preppers and preparedness. And so we need to revise some of our plans now that I live in the same state. I'm not coming from Florida anymore. So we got to, change up some of our frequencies and our call signs. And I know this sounds wild to people, but when the when the shit hits the fan and you're dead and my family is still alive, I'm just saying.
uh,
I'm just saying. So no, I'm excited to see everybody. My brother is in the police academy right now, and he's actually like becoming a man. I told him on the phone the other night, though. I said it doesn't matter how old you get, I will still
still
whoop
beat your
that
ass.
ass.
Oh, that's
Oh
funny.
man,
Shout out to him, man. That's awesome.
he
He's been
listens
a
to us on his
he's been a
way
police officer.
to and from work every day.
That's
He,
badass.
he's
Shout out to you, bro.
yeah, he is a big supporter. My sister, big supporter too. She is 18 billion times more famous than you and I are. I don't know if she wants me to shout her out on here because she doesn't really like get into
Dive
the
into the
the
politics
political
stuff.
space or anything. So I won't do it to her. But those of you that know who she is know why I'm saying that, because she's actually famous. Not us goofballs. But again, huge shout out to 2A Watch Company. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Hopefully, we're going to have those guys on for election night coverage. So it'll be good to have some fellow patriots on. Um,
Might have some super surprise guests. So
mm,
you guys might want to tune in. We might not name drop everybody on here just yet.
yeah, but
So
there's got to be some surprises.
there got to be some
I know
surprises.
one person that will 100,000% be on that night, and that is our boy Angry Sarge. That
Oh
motherfucker
yeah,
will definitely be on without a doubt. One of the most kind-hearted people. He actually nominated us for a Gundy Award for Best Podcast. Um, any of you that feel so inclined can do the same thing.
yeah. And if we win a Gundy's, then we can do something here in Texas because it's right down the street from me, and you can have John come crash out in my spare
They
bedroom,
did it in
man.
Vegas last year at SHOT Show.
I thought they were going to do Gundy's in Texas again this year. No,
No, they did it at the Venetian.
at the Venetian. Damn, they're getting
Uh
up
huh.
there. They're
Like
getting fancy now.
good old Clint. Clint was up there on stage in his suit on stage at the Venetian Theater.
Well, if you guys want us to be in suits at the Venetian, then you know what to do. You know what to do, baby.
If we
So
actually get nominated, we'll start a big campaign for y'all to get out and vote for us here at the Liberty Goons. But we got to get the nomination first.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, so stay tuned. We will be dropping more names as we get closer, but we'll leave a few out, like Don said. But anyway, guys, really appreciate all of you. We didn't say it yet, so please go and like, comment, subscribe. And if you want to get notified every single time we post another episode just like this, ring that notification bell.
bing, 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 bing,
Until next time, family, I'm John. That's Don. We are the
bing.
Liberty Goons, and we are out.